As we couldn't help but notice, Meghan Markle has signed herself up with the talent agency WME. So what is shocking everybody, though, are reports that Meghan is planning to serve as the couple's public face when it comes to their entertainment industry pursuits. So what in the world has happened? Has Meghan Markle somehow managed to freeze out her own husband, Prince Harry? Mark Boardman is an award-winning freelance showbiz journalist. He's a reviewer, he's a presenter, and he is quite the media guru. And he has said that he's surprised as to why Harry has not signed with WME too. Does Meghan know that being married to Harry means that she cannot step in front of him to serve as the couple's public face? And did Harry even have a say in this move of hers? Does he even care at this point? Obviously, Harry is miserable. I have never seen a sad or angry photo of Harry before he abandoned his family and his responsibilities. Now, Harry should be happy because he decided to earn a living outside of being a working royal. Obviously, though, when you look at photos of him, you can see the opposite. Harry understands that this is not his forte, and he should have remained out of all of that. To me, it indicates that they are growing apart, which is a really wonderful thing. Now, WME is the biggest agency in Hollywood. It takes a lot more, though, than being the son of the king to make it in Hollywood. Otherwise, I think Beatrice and Eugenie, they would probably have gone to Hollywood and found their success, too. I mean, they are obsessed with superficial actors as long as they're rich and famous people, that is. Harry has way too much baggage. I mean, just think about what happened with Spare. They are not going to sign him on. And also, he's not really popular in Hollywood. I'm not saying Meghan is going to make it. I don't think she will. It's going to be pretty fun, though, to watch her fail. Although I guess she has signed on to do some type of production work behind the scenes, so we may not even know if we're watching one of Meghan's projects, but I think I'm going to try to find out. I don't think any of their ugly faces are going to be used. When I think of Meghan's talents, there are not a lot of things that come to mind. I mean, I guess she's pretty talented in that she can do a full squat in high heels and then stand right up again, even when she's pregnant. So supposedly Meghan is wanting to produce and direct, but I cannot believe that she doesn't want to be the star. Then again, I guess she realizes that directors are actually more important behind the scenes, and they have to be obeyed. The actors, however, they have to listen to what the director says, and we know Meghan does not like to listen to what anybody has to say. So I guess being the top dog is much more up her alley. I don't think she ever had Harry in mind, though, with anything she wants to do. Because let's remember, no matter what she's getting involved in, it is always about her. I have never seen somebody like Harry, such an empty shell of who he once was. I mean, he doesn't even have any life in him anymore. Meghan has truly sucked him dry, and he has to know it. What makes Meghan believe, though, that she can overpower him? Well, I guess it's because of her awful personality. I mean, what are they gonna do? If Meghan has not figured out any talent by now, I'm afraid it's way too late. So it looks to me like if it didn't already begin, the devaluation phase has officially begun now. And now we're going to be hearing all about one or both of them having affairs. Of course, they cannot exist without some type of narcissistic attention. Both are going to be hunting for their next victim, I'm sure. I don't know if Meghan is ever going to divorce Harry, but that's not going to stop her from having something on the side. But having somebody on the side is normal for males in the royal family after all. Meghan's gonna fail, just like she has failed at every single thing she has tried to do where she takes control. Meghan doesn't have any interest in really working. See, it's not actually easy to create media, to create a book or a video or a show or whatever. It actually requires quite a bit of initiative. But Meghan just wants to hire other people and boss them around and then fire them when they disappoint her. That way, she can take all the credit for the hard work and the ideas of other people. But the tricky part is that Meghan doesn't have any idea about how to treat other human beings. She is so abusive because she is evil. She gets satisfaction from that. Nobody can put up with her long enough to form and complete a project. In other news, Harry does not pay rent any longer, and he was not paying rent at Windsor Castle. Windsor Castle is where Meghan wanted to live. I guess Meghan figured that there were squatters' rights at the castle, that once she sank her claws into it, she wouldn't have to let go. But thank goodness the late Queen wanted that castle for herself, so she told Harry and Meghan no and gave them a cottage instead. I will always suspect that the late Queen knew exactly what she was doing when she moved Harry and Meghan into a place where Meghan was going to be miserable, because Meghan only cares about appearances. So when Prince William and Catherine asked if the nosy and mean Meghan could please not move into Kensington Palace close to them, I think the late Queen listened. So she decided to give them a place in Windsor, and when the late Queen said Frogmore Cottage was all theirs, well, Meghan didn't do her research. She believed that they were going to live in Frogmore House. Whew, big mistake on her part. Now, Frogmore House is huge, it's elegant, it is filled with light, and that is where Harry and Meghan had their wedding reception, actually. So Meghan just assumed that they were going to live happily ever after in this beautiful place. If only Meghan had done just a little bit of homework, she would never have requested to live in Windsor anyway. She would have understood that you simply do not make such requests of the monarch when you're new to the royal family. But Meghan is not very smart, and she expected to have access to the best of the best. Let's remember that Harry led her to believe that he was equal to Prince William when he is most definitely not. William was always the heir, Harry was never the heir, and now William's heir is Prince George. So Meghan listened to the envious Harry, who believed that he and William should split the throne and both of them should rule. Now, of course, I don't know for a fact that he said that, and I hope that he didn't, but he really might be that stupid. So Meghan just assumed that because she was not going to be living in apartment 1 at Kensington Palace in the middle of London, where all the action is for somebody like Meghan, then of course she would be moving into the gorgeous Frogmore House. Well, she was wrong. So Queen Elizabeth let Harry and Meghan renovate the cottage where the staff had apartments, and they were close to the public as well. It wasn't exactly a mansion on 100 acres for the two of them. They despised Frogmore Cottage, well, at least Meghan did. In fact, I heard she spent most of her time in London, in Soho, somewhere close to London. Which brings us right back to Harry. Well, Harry does not have the choice to stay at Windsor Castle. That place is being reserved for Prince William and Princess Catherine when they're ready to move in. Now, this weekend, Harry can stay at Frogmore Cottage, rent-free thanks to King Charles. But after this weekend, Frogmore Cottage is not going to be accessible for Harry or Meghan to stay in ever. Andrew actually is supposed to move into Frogmore Cottage, but who knows if he's really going to. And as for Harry, well, he still hasn't told anybody in his family or the staff when he's coming for his father's coronation. If he needs a place to stay, there are beautiful hotels in London. Although I do hope that he made a reservation. The hotels are going to be pretty crowded, I think. I don't think any hotel is going to shove out a paying customer just to make room for Harry, such a nasty person. Maybe he could couch surf at a friend's home. But does he even have any friends anymore in the UK after Meghan alienated him from everyone? And the thing is, it didn't have to be like this. Harry could have just played nice, and he could have told Buckingham Palace when he was coming, when he was leaving, and he could have asked where he should stay. I don't believe the staff would tell him where to go, which is hell, but Harry, of course, didn't give notice about his travel plans to the UK. It was supposed to be 30 days. That was what King Charles required. And now Harry and Meghan don't have a home any longer in the UK. So is Harry going to show up tomorrow using somebody else's private jet? Probably. Or will he take the red-eye on a commercial flight on Friday night? Probably not. Nobody really knows, and that could be a good thing. Windsor Castle is certainly not for rent, and neither is Kensington or Buckingham or Balmoral castles. But you know what, Harry? I hear there are some lovely Airbnbs that you could look into, but probably not on a coronation weekend.